So for somebody who hasn't seen a financial statement before, or they don't know what they mean at all, how would you go about explaining that to somebody?
I'm not entirely sure the way financial statements are presented makes them very readable or very interesting reading. I think in many cases they need to be restated or reformatted, or you need to do maths in your head as you're reading financial statements. The way financial statements are presented doesn't lend to them being easily read. I think the best way to do it is to sit down with someone who knows how to read them and do it together. You know, it shouldn't, like tennis, it's not quite as much fun unless there's someone else there.
So much fun reading financial statements.
It is. There's so much hidden in there, and I've got a saying that so many management sins can hide in things like receivables and inventories and those sorts of things. So I guess it's knowing what to look for, and for small to medium businesses in particular, I think there's a fair bit of variation in how financial statements are prepared and presented and interpreted. It's important to read them right. It's important to read the balance sheet as well. It's important to know what would happen if the business failed, and all that information's in the balance sheet. You see people setting up things for the purposes of asset protection, and then you see that you see the structures set up for asset protection, but then you see that being undone because people haven't recorded things correctly, or haven't understood how to support the petitioning of risky activities from assets. And none of this stuff is perfect. You know, I don't know that there's such a thing as perfect asset protection. I think it's a case of just, I don't know if you like this phrase, but it's just a case of having good balance sheet hygiene.
Is there a lot that can be uncovered from reading a financial statement? Like, you can learn quite a bit from a business from just that. Do you think it tells a lot?
Yes, absolutely. It can tell you quite a bit about the people that run the business.
It's quite insightful then.
Absolutely, and so I think that's one important thing to look at when you're looking at buying a business. The P&L, when you're buying a business, the P&L will tell you what income that business generated. But sometimes when you look at the balance sheet, that'll give you some other insights that may show whether that business had experienced pressure or not previously.
So one isn't enough, you need to read all the...
I think you can. You've just got to look at every bit of information you can.
Yeah, and know how to synthesise it.
Absolutely, that's it.
Okay. So you'd recommend, like for a client, do you generally do it over the phone, or do you go and see them?
A lot of this stuff
is for people to...
A lot of this stuff is visual. It would be very hard, I think, to have someone, or to explain things effectively over the phone. Because you're talking about relationships and numbers, and I don't know, girls are better at this than boys. Boys, we kind of can't juggle too many balls up there at once. It's just a bit tricky. So we need a picture to understand stuff. Or I do anyway.